Neville Goddard's Doorway into the Formless Deep. Fourth dimensional thinking. Reality creation follows consciousness, awareness, assumption, expression, harvest. Neville wrote, "Since man can observe an event before it occurs in the three dimensions of space, then life on Earth proceeds according to plan, and this plan must exist elsewhere in another dimension, and is slowly moving through our space. The ancient teachers taught us that we could alter the future, and my own experience confirms the truth of their teaching. Therefore, my object in giving this course is to indicate possibilities inherent in man, to show that man can alter his future. In this video we will discuss: what is fourth dimension? How do you enter the fourth dimension? How do you experience the having and possessing of your desire? What happens to your body when you return to the third dimension? Here, Neville talks about the physical effects to the body, the pineal gland, etc. Do you realize the power that you possess? Do you know that you are not confined to the body? Do you know that you can travel in time? Do you know that you can alter the past? Do you know that you can choose your future? Do you know that you can manifest anything that you desire? Are you aware of your ability to leave the physical and enter the realm of the possible? There is a place out there, within, where all things exist simultaneously. Everything that has ever happened, or will ever happen, exist here. Your past and future are all present here. It is a place where all things are possible. You, the master magician, leaving your flesh and bones mortal existence behind, can enter this realm of the possible, and select from the infinitely available realities, the many states of existence, and select as per choice. You can enter this world of infinite possibilities, simply because you can. This fairy world does not exist in dreams, and it is surely not me who paints this fantastic tale. The mystic messenger, Neville Goddard's greatest revelation to mankind is the ability, with which we can alter, choose, and create worlds as per choice. This power is immense, but least appreciated for its gravity and implications misunderstood. Neville's secret was not that imagination creates reality, for that was told by others, before him, but his greatest revelation was in identifying the method and way with which we enter the state of possibilities. This formless state where all realities exist, thereby showing us the door, and giving us the power to choose whatsoever we desire. What is the fourth dimension? When we are awake, we live in the third dimension comprising of length, breadth, and height, but when asleep we enter the fourth dimension, where we move freely without any linear restrictions of time and space. Neville wrote, "The habit of seeing only that which our senses permit, renders us totally blind to what otherwise we could see. To cultivate the faculty of seeing the invisible, we should often deliberately disentangle our minds from the evidence of the senses, and focus our attention on an invisible state, mentally feeling and sensing it, until it has all the distinctness of reality. The state akin to sleep is your doorway into this formless deep, the fourth dimension, where all things exist, and everything is possible. How do you enter the fourth dimension? To enter this formless deep, simply sit on a comfortable chair or lie flat on your back, so that your head is at a level to the body. In this posture close your eyes, relax and remain motionless. Disconcern yourself from any seeming problem, by simply denying the evidence of senses. For we know of the physical reality only through the evidence of senses. Relax until a floating sensation is felt. This indicates that you are now absent from the body. This floating sensation is your formless deep. It is your unconditioned awareness of being. This is a state of just being. In this state you can identify yourself with any state, have anything, or become anyone. Experience the having and possessing of your desire. Neville wrote, "To be conscious of being or possessing anything, is to be or have, that which you are conscious of being or possessing. Whatsoever that you experience here in this formless state, will be experienced by you in the physical. Experience the feeling of having your desire, with an imaginal act, or a condensed phrase. If you are doing an imaginal act, then use a combination of senses, that is, see, hear, touch, smell, or taste, your desire, until you feel satisfied. If you are dwelling on a condensed phrase, then simply feel its reality until your entire being is filled with thrill and joy." Neville wrote, "Desire, physical immobility bordering on sleep, and imaginary action in which the self feelingly predominates in the here and now, are not only important factors in altering the future, but they are also essential conditions in consciously projecting the spiritual self." Neville went on to say, "When the physical body is immobilized, and we become possessed of the idea to do something, if we imagine that we are doing it in the here and now, and keep the imaginary action feelingly going right up until sleep ensues, we are likely to awaken out of the physical body, to find ourselves in a dimensionally larger world, with a dimensionally larger focus, actually doing what we desired and imagined we were doing in the flesh. But whether we awaken there or not, we are actually performing the action in the fourth-dimensional world, and will in the future reenact it here in the third-dimensional world. Do you want to have money? Then imagine and experience having money. Do you want that car? Then imagine and experience having it. Is it that house you want? Then simply imagine the experience of having it. Do this until satisfaction fills your entire being. Once that you have felt and lived the experience of having your desire, live in the comfort that it is an existing reality. For you have seen and felt it in the unseen, that is, imagination. Remain in the satisfaction of having. Do not revert back to the state of not having. The day your desire becomes natural to you, will be the day that it will be seen, in the reality of the physical." Neville wrote, "I know of no clearer definition of the means by which we realize our desires, than to experience, in the imagination what we would experience, in the flesh were we to achieve our goal. This imaginary experience of the end with acceptance, wills the means. The fourth-dimensional self then constructs with its larger outlook, the means necessary to realize the accepted end. What happens to your body when you return to the third dimension? Any one or more of the following may happen to you. Kindly note that my personal experiences, manifestation masters, are marked with the asterisk symbol. Dry hands." Neville wrote, "If your hands are dry, and if your mouth is dry at the end of this meditation, that is positive proof that you did succeed in lifting the cloud. What you were doing when the cloud was lifted is entirely your business. But you did lift the cloud, if your hands are dry. My personal experience is that the palm of my hands go dry, each time that I open my eyes and return to the third dimension. At times it is an immediate after effect, where at times it may take a few hours." Active kidneys. Neville wrote, "I will give you another phenomenon which is very strange and one I cannot analyze. It happens if you really go into the deep. You will find on waking that you have the most active pair of kidneys in the world. I have discussed it with doctors and they cannot explain it. This also happens to me each time, and I must rush to the restroom to empty the bladder." Liquid blue light. Neville wrote, "Another thing you may observe in meditation is a lovely liquid blue light. The nearest thing on earth to which I can compare it, is burning alcohol. You know when you put alcohol on the plum pudding at Christmas time, and set it aflame, the lovely liquid blue flame that envelops the pudding until you blow it out. That flame is the nearest thing to the blue light which comes, on the forehead of a man in meditation. No doubt that Neville is referring to the pineal gland. Do not be distressed. You will know it, when you see it. It is like two shades of blue, a darker and a lighter blue in constant motion, just like burning alcohol, which is unlike the constant flame of a gas jet. This flame is alive, just as spirit would be alive. Shiver runs through the spine. Every time that I do an imaginary exercise in the fourth dimension, towards the end upon feeling the thrill, joy, and satisfaction of having, a strong chill or shiver runs up my spine. It literally shakes my entire body, so much so that it is prominently visible to others near me. This of course is the rising kundalini, but is most active in an imaginal act, when the thrill of having is felt. A breath of air leaves you. Again upon completion of an imaginal act, with the end feeling of joy and satisfaction, a strong breath of air involuntarily leaves me. It simply gushes out of the mouth on its own. It is not something that one can force oneself to do, it just happens, every time on its own. Neville wrote, "If these various phenomena come to you, do not think you are doing something wrong. It is the normal, natural expansion that comes to all." Kindly share your experiences in comments below. Thank you.